Welcome friends from all over the world. Our live streaming will officially begin in few times. Feel free to signing and let us know where you are from. We will make an effort to mention each of your names to enhance our connection. So we can see Raptor is here, right? Sophia is also here. Many of the names are coming out which are here, which are watching us live today. Also, I want to inform you an important, okay, to better observe the content of today live streaming, please prepare a pen and a paper for note taking. Just make sure you are sitting with pen and paper. This live streaming is problem oriented, so please engage actively. Let's get started. First, let me introduce myself. For those who don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Aditya, and I'm your live streaming analyst for today. With 7 years of experience in financial markets, I specialize in trading strategies using fundamental analysis across the diverse segments like equities, derivatives, commodities, and metal. So these are the units, these are the segments where I specialize and uses the fundamental analysis to make the investment decision and to provide you with the solid strategy where you can gain and make some money in the market. Also, I had the privilege of managing more than 100 crores of rupees and have guided countless clients to achieve consistent profits in their investment. Please, 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 please just type your trading aspiration, the trading aspiration on the screen, and I will try to make sure I am reading that loud. So some of you have mentioned they follow the short term trading, some of you are mentioning they have followed the intraday trading. Some of you are following the swing trading. It's very good, very good. And look, just look at it. We also have the clients who is following the long term investment. So we have a differences of client. We know all clients are having the different trading aspiration and they trade differently. Once again, welcome to our live streaming. Now let's discuss, does anyone know how to do short term trading? Like we have seen a short term traders replying on the comment section. Does anyone know how to do the short term trading? Can anyone tell me how to perform the short term trading? Reply with one if you know how to do the short term trading, and if you don't think you don't know how to do short term trading, please reply two in the comment section. So many of us, we are seeing the reply. Many of you are replying one, and few are replying two. So most of you sitting here knows what short term trading means, right? And you have been following that strategy only. It's very good to hear that. It's very good to hear that many of the viewers who are here in the live streaming knows about the short term trading. And I want to ask you another question. Have you heard about multi-bagger stock? What do you mean by multi-bagger stock? Have you heard about multi-bagger stock? Please reply one in the comment section if you heard about the multi-bagger stock, and two, if you haven't heard about the multi-bagger stock, just reply two if you haven't heard about the multi-baggers. If you have replied one, we can see we have with many replies one, and there are also replies two, one, two, one. So there are a mix of reply. Many of you have heard about multi-bagger stock, and many of you haven't heard about multi-bagger stock. So if you have replied with one, just be just be sure that you are well informed. For those who reply to, don't worry, you will understand what multi-bagger stocks are by the end of the live streaming. So for those who don't know what multi-bagger stocks are, we are here to help you, and by the end of the session, we will make sure that you understand about the multi-bagger stock. So just have another question in my mind, like, can you make money by trading stocks? We have talked about short-term trading, we have talked about multi-bagger stocks, but what is the use of that? Like, can you tell me, can we make money by trading stocks? Please reply one if you think so, and two if you don't. If you think that we can make money by trading stocks, reply with one. And if you don't think we cannot make money by trading the stocks, just reply two in the comment section. I will clear each and every doubt. For those, let's see the responses. So we can see it's a responses of one, one, one. Most of you think that the trading the stocks can make money, right? And there are also few replies with two. I guess you have been making a lot of losses recently. That's why you have replied to, and you think that you cannot make money by trading stocks. But let me clear your doubt. Let me clear all your assumption. Trading stocks can indeed make money. Just remember my words. Trading stocks can indeed make you money, and it can be quite profitable. It's just that you are lacking a right guidance and right advice. Just it is a matter of time when we will explain each and everything to you, when we will do the analysis, how to identify good stocks, how to crack the code of multi-bagger stocks with the what, with operators taking positions in the stock. We will identify how many operators are there, what are the positions operators are making in the stock, and can it be a multi-bagger or a quick gain in that stock, right? So don't worry about that. Trading in stocks can indeed make you money, and it can be quite profitable for you. So we here come to our another question. Do you know how to pick good stocks? Do you know how to pick good stocks? Reply with one. If you think if you can pick good stocks by yourself, please reply one. And if you don't think you can pick stocks by yourself, please reply two. Right? So we have a Raptor here. Hi Raptor, it's very good to see you here. I I hope you are making consistent profit in the market through our recommendation. Today we are performing a session on multi-bagger stocks, how we can find the multi-bagger stocks by following the operators taking position in the market. So be attentive in the session. We will be going through all the areas where we can look for a multi-bagger stocks and how to pick up for ourselves for our gains. So we have a question for you. Do you know how to pick good stocks? Please reply one if you think you know how to pick good stocks, and if you don't know how to pick good stocks, please reply two. So we are seeing a reply. Most of you have replied two, and few have replied one. So most of the viewers here have replied two. Don't worry about that. Most of the viewers don't know how to pick a good stocks, so don't worry about that. I will share the company decade long experience. Do you know what does the decade mean? It's a 10-year long period, a decade long experience in stock trading with you during the session. By the end, everyone this live streaming will be able to have a sustainable and profitable stock picking strategy. So just remember, you have to be very attentive during this session, and at the end of the session you will be having a very sustainable and profitable stock picking strategy. So we have another question for you, right? We have another question for you. Can you guess what the question is? So we have been trading a lot, right? But by what logic we trade in the market? What's the logic behind a stock rise and fall? Can you let me know what's the logic behind a stock rise and fall? Do you understand, and do you agree, and do you know that what's the logic behind a stock rise and fall? If you agree, please reply with one if you know what is the logic behind the stock rise and fall. And if you don't have any idea, and if you don't know about the logic behind the stock rise and fall, please type two. The logic is simply buying low and selling high. So the logic is very simple. It's very you have to buy low and sell high. That's how you make profit in the market. Correct? Am I correct or not? Right? Reply one if you know the logic behind the stock rise and fall. Okay. So we have another question for you. What drives a stock from a low point to a high point? What drives the stock from a low point to high point? Does anyone know about that? Reply one if you know, and two if you don't know. Most of you, we are seeing reply with one, and most of you are replying two. They don't know what is the reason behind taking stock from low point to a high point. I guess even I didn't knew before learning about this. Okay, and so what will be the answer? The answer is funding. What is the answer? The answer is funding, and we will have a look. Please type funding on the screen and take a note to find a good stocks. Focus on funding, right? So we will focus on funding. Just have a look. So we will start with the section 1 for today. For today we will start with section 1, how to fall in love with the multi-bagger stocks at first sight, right? How to fall in love with the multi-bagger stocks. Just have a look. A market where money piles up. So this is a market where money piles up, right? Find the operators force in the fund. We have to go and find where the money is being piled up. We will go through an example and make you understand it very clearly, but first understand what are the reasons for the stock to rise from low point to high point. So first one is the market where money piles up. Second, find the operator force in the markets. Is the operators making positions among the stocks? Have operators started making position in a stock? You have to find the operators force. Thirdly, we have find the leader among the operators players is the key to stock selection. So finding the leaders among the operators player is the key to stock selection. We have to have look on the leaders among the operators. There are many operators in a stock. We have a old fund, we have a main fund, the new operators, the new operators, the old operators. If there are concentration of operators in the stock, it is very good for the market. They will drive stock to a more high if we find a good operators and more of operators in particular stock. And we have to find the leader among the operators. Who are the operators who is driving the stock high, right? Who are the operators who is taking the stock to make a good highs in that? So we have to go through that. So this is the reason why funding is very important to take the stock high. The operators plays a very important role for taking a stock high at high level. So we have our another question. There are many types of operators. Just understand there are many types of fundings and operators available in the market, such as main operators and retail funds, right? There are what are the various types of funding in the market? We have firstly the main funds and the retail funds. Which one should we focus on? Let me know in the chat which one should we focus on. Should we focus on the main funds, right? Should we focus on the main funds, and or should we focus on the retail funds? Just let me know in the comment section if you think that we should focus on main funds, main operators working in the market, that funds is important. Please reply one. And if you think the retail funds, retail investors like all of us who are investing individually, that funds plays an important role in the market, please type 2. I want to see the reply on the screen. So many of you have replied one once, and few of are also replying two. So do you think for the replies I have received for two, do you think the retailer funds helps in the growth of a stock? I don't guess so. Trading stocks is all about following the main funds, the main operator. Just remember the word trading stocks is all about following the main funds and the main operators in the market. To find a good stock, just remember to find a good stocks, focus on main operators. Also, please type main funds on the screen. This session will center around main funds, right? This session will center around main funds. Many retailers don't know what to follow. Many of you retailers follow the retailers, and it's not correct to follow the retailers and take your position and make your position. They usually, retailers usually stand against the institutions main funds operator and lose all of their money. So these are the reasons they usually stand against the main funds and lose their money, whereas institutions make money. If you agree with me, if you think that retailers stand against the institutions operator and lose their money, whereas the institutions make money, please type 1 if you agree with me. And if you don't think that retailers stand against the operators, institutions, and they make money for themselves, please reply 2 in the comment section. We have seen, just remember, we have seen with the latest Securities and Exchange Board of Securities and Exchange Board of India data that more than 90%, just remember, out of 10 people, 9 people are making losses. More than 90% people of retail investors lose money. Why? What is the reason? Because they don't know about the main funds and how they operate, right? Because they don't know about the main funds, the main operators, and how they operate. As a result, they continue to lose money. Just remember, what are the results? They continue to lose money because they don't know how the operators works in the market. So today's session we will be having two parts. For today's session, we will be having two parts. Just make a note of it. Analyzing whether a stock has a main fund, analyzing how much main funds have accumulated. So if we are using main funds instead of operators and operators instead of main fund, it's the same thing for you. Just remember, we are talking about operators and main funds, just exchanging the word between them. Okay, it's the same thing. Main, either we call it main fund or it's operator. So it's the same thing. Don't be confused regarding that. So we have to analyze whether the stock has operators. Okay, the individual stock, take it any, whether that stock has an operator, and how much funds have been accumulated by operators. That is the most important thing. So we have to look how much funds have been accumulated by the operators. We only trades all stocks with operators in it. Why do we trade only stocks with those stocks who are having operator in it? Because the operators are the driving force of the market in the stock, right? They take stock from low to high, and we are here to make profit. We are not here to lose our money. We are here to make consistent profit in the market, right? So stocks without operators are not worth touching also. So just remember, worth stocks without the main funds, stocks without the operators are not worth touching. And today's session we will be having a quite basic, and tomorrow's session will be fully focus on practical content. Okay, so today we'll be having a quite basic session. We will just letting you know, and tomorrow we will be going very deep down, and it will be all based on practical content. We will be understanding how the main force, the operators work in the market. By the end of tomorrow's session, just remember, everyone in this live streaming will be able to pick stocks independently. So are you excited for you? Are you excited for it? Are you excited that you will be able to pick stocks independently just by attending our 2 of our session? Are you excited? So there are many there are many stocks and stock picking methods. There are 6,000 stocks listed in BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, and 2,000 stocks are listed in NSE. So there are around 6,000 stocks as of now listed in exchanges of India. So, but what are the stock picking methods? We have technical analysis as a stock picking method, which is preferred by the short term traders and the swing traders. We have fundamental analysis as a stock picking method, which is usually used by the investors and long term investors, right? Those who want to make the long term investment in a stock. And there is also emotional value analysis, which comes from fear and greed in the market, which is occurring currently. But the key is to focus on operators. We will be not following here. We will be looking into the technical analysis. We will be having analysis of fundamental. We will be having the emotional value analysis, but we will be focusing totally on the main funds. Next we will deep dive into how to establish effective, simple, feasible, and personalized method for picking up a stock. So what we will deep dive into? We will deep dive into how to establish simple, effective, feasible, and personalized methods for picking leading stocks. First, let me assess your current skills level, right? So basically, I want to know about your skills, like you are a beginner or seasoned trader or expert. So I will categorize you into the three groups, right? First, I will call them the beginners. Why beginners? Because they have no market experience, they are new to the market, they don't have any personal strategy and trading randomly. Like they are trading randomly, they don't have any personal strategy, and they are new towards the market. Secondly, we have seasoned traders. What do we call by seasoned traders? They are long time traders with unstable performances. So we have seen many of us, even we are seasoned traders. We have a long term experience in the market but have unstable performance. And most of you, I guess, are seasoned traders here, right? So, and also we have experts, who we call the experts in the market. As the name suggests, they have the personal strategy, they are making consistent profit. So they are experts in the market, and with the personal strategy and consistent profit, they are able to make consistent gain in the market. So please reply your categories. For those who are beginner, new to the market, no personal strategy and trading randomly, please type beginner. For those who are a long-term trader with unstable performance, please type seasoned. And for those who have a personal strategy and consistent profit, we welcome the experts in the room. So please reply your category, and I will adjust the pace and depth of my explanation accordingly. We can see most of you are beginners, some are seasoned, and we also have expert here, right? So it will be very interesting to explain me very thoroughly to the experts, right? But you have seen most of you are beginners here. So most of you are beginners here, so I will make my pace accordingly and go through very thoroughly to make you understand. For those who are beginner, and take the things very slowly and thoroughly for you. Do you know? Okay, so do you know what data the exchange provides? Right? What are the data we can get from the exchanges? Right? Uh, we can get price and volume. Right? Reply one if you think it's the price, and two if you think it's a trading volume. So just reply with that if you think we can get prices data from the exchanges, and two if you think we can get the trading volumes. The exchange only provides two types of data: price and trading volume. Right? The exchange only provide two types of data. We have first price and trading volume. So to learn stock trading, focus on original data from the exchanges. So basically we will be focusing on the original data from the exchanges to have a good analysis. Data from the other sources are not reliable, but data from the stocks are very reliable, and we'll be able to have a good understanding from the data of exchanges. So So I will focus on candlestick charts and trading volumes. Just to make you clear, we are following price and trading volume. So I will be focusing on candlestick charts and trading volume over the next few days to teach you how to pick a good stocks, right? So have you studied candlestick charts and trading volume? Do you know what candlestick charts and trading volume mean? Reply one if you have, and please reply two if you don't think so. Also, please reply with one if you have, and please type price and trading volume on the screen. So please type price and trading volume. Right now, let's see how to identify main funds. Let's look at the PPT on the signs of main funds entry, which includes five types. So we'll just have a look on the signs of PPT. So how do we select the multi-bagger stock selection? Analyze whether the stock has operator force, and number two, the part two is analyze how much operator force has built the position. Multi-bagger stock selection, like have a look how we can have a multi-bagger stock selection, how we can have the selection of multi-bagger stocks. So there are many stocks in the market, right? There are many stocks in the market. Just have a look. So how can we identify them? There are many ways to select stocks in the market. We have discussed about that. We have also discussed about stabilizing a simple, effective, and feasible technique. Your own multi-bagger selection method, right? So we have come to one of the most important part of our analysis. What do you mean by this? This slide is the most important, and we'll be covering all of the things from now to the end of the session, and understanding these slides, how these charts are performing, how these candlesticks are appearing, and what do you mean by this candlestick, and how by understanding this candlestick we will be able to identify the role of operator, the role of, right, main force in the stock. So be very attentive. Just remember this chart, right? First we can see, so we have five charts as of now. Just look at it. We have five candlesticks. So indicates the presence of main funds. What does it indicate? This five signs, what does it indicate? The presence of main funds. Can you think of any stocks that exhibit these five signs? Let's look each in detail. The first look at the first sign. It is a big bullish line. Just have a look. It's a big bullish line, which is an indication of the main funds entering into the stock, right? So if you find a big bullish line appearing on the stock, it's a sign of main funds. Also, secondly, the big bullish line daily limit. So the second is a large bullish stick candle with a limit up close. So you can look, it's having a limit up close, and it's a large bullish sign, which is also a sign of main funds in the market, right? So what are the third one? Just have a look on third one. It is showing continuous. Third is a continuous large bullish stick candle. It is having the third large. It is having large bullish stick candles, and it is increasing continuously as of now. So fourth, if you talk about, it has a continuous daily limit, right? The fourth is the continuous limit up closes. So it is continuously making limit up closes, the fourth one. And the fifth and the most important one, the continuous rise. Fifth is the continuous uptrend. If we see the stock making continuous upside, we can see the presence of main funds in it, right? Reply one if you think the retail trader can stock to rise continuously. Do you think that retailers can make the stock to rise continuously? Please reply one with that. And two, if you don't think that the retailers can make your stock rise continuously, just reply two. We will discuss an example later to understand why this happened, right? It is because retailer have the amount of money they haven't utilized properly. Is it because retailer have the large amount of money they haven't utilized properly? They often just look at some stocks without figuring out the main role of main fund. So retailers, what usually do, what we do usually, what are the your friends are doing usually, they just look into some stocks without figuring out the role of operators, role of main funds in this stock, and they just end up entering it. Our main aim of this session is to identify the role of operators and inform the audience about it. Right, we have to understand where operators are making positions, where they are making their entries, and what are the signs of entries. We have known these five signs of entries in the operators, right? Most of you replied with two. Retail trader can cause a stock to have a large bullistic candle, but they can't cause the stock to rise continuously. So you are you are correct. Most of you have replied with two. Retail stocks can cause a stock to have a large bullistic candle. Right? They can cause this candle, a large bullistic candle, but they cannot maintain the large bullistic candle again and again, and they cannot cause it to rise continuously. The following content is crucial. Please stay focused. Next, we will analyze whether the certain stocks deserve attention. Do you have the stocks that experience a significant drop followed by a bottom consolidation? Do you have that stock experience that significant drop followed by a bottom consolidation? Let's analyze this together. Does a stock rise? Also, I want to ask you a question. Does the stock rise have anything to do with how much it has fallen? Do you think the stock rise have not anything to do with how much it has fallen? Reply one. Just guys reply one if you think so, and if you don't think that the stock rise have anything to do with how much it has fallen, just reply two. Also, the answer is no. Remember, the answer is no. Stock rise have nothing to do with how much it has fallen. Does Secondly, I want to ask you one more question. Right? Does a stock rise have anything to do with the inability to fall further? Just reply with one if you think so, and two if you don't. If you understand this point, just remember, if you have understand these 2 points which we have asked, the two questions which we have asked, you have grasped the essence of today's session. Right, these are the major essence of today's session. If you have grasped this 2 point, you will be able to grasp the essence of today's session. Many stocks in the market only rise with an upward trend. Only rising stocks are safe. These two common misconceptions among traders. Let me clarify. Many stocks in the market only rise with an upward trend. Only rising stocks are safe. These two are the most common misconceptions. Let me clarify it. A stock rise has nothing to do with how much it has fallen or its inability to fall further. Many traders buy stock, they have fallen a lot but end up getting stuck. We have seen the stock price was at 100 and now it is trading at 50. It makes us lucrative and greedy to buy that stock, and once we buy at the price of 50, we get stuck. The stock price falls from 50 to 25 and we are stuck forever in the stock and we are not able to make an exit. Have you experienced that situation? I guess most of you have experienced that situation when you have cast the falling knife and got stuck in the stock and not able to make an exit in it. Right? Don't buy stocks just because they have fallen. Right? Don't buy stocks just because they have stopped falling. Now let's dive into the practical examples for today's session. Just remember, we will cover two things in today's session. What are the two things? Where there is a main fund, right? And how much it costs for the main fund to take a position. This will be a focus of today's content. So first one is whether there is a main fund involved, and secondly, how much it costs for the main fund to take the position. This will be the focus of today's content. To help make you money, you can take notes during the live streaming session. I will also assign you some homework related to the session. Right? I want you to go through the holding and identify if there are any stocks with the main fund involved. Once you are done, send your finding to my assistant and I will review them and analyze the individual stocks. But let me go through the findings of main funds and you can go through your holding after this session. Right, let's analyze where there is a main fund in play. Okay, we'll just have a look on a trading view platform and make sure you are getting understanding of it. So let's take a stock from our holding. So we have at top the Poonawala. So let's take a stock from our holding Poonawala. So we'll just remove all the drawings we have made in Poonawala and we'll just go through and make you understand more clearly. So we are going to the full screen mode to make you understand it more clearly. So let's analyze this stock if there is a presence of main funds or not. So we'll just make up a chart from its high to its low. Okay, we just have to make up the chart from its high to its low. So we'll just make a arrow from its high. It has fallen to this point, right? So it has fallen to this point, which we will call point A. It is started from A till B. So this will be our point B, and we will make another arrow marking from B to C. So this will be our another arrow. We will be having marking it from B to C. So just this is our arrow, right? So from B to C, I'll just make a little thin arrow so that we are able to get a more visibility of the presence of main fund. So have a look on it from point A to B. So just let me mark here the point C. This is the point C for us. So from point A to B, can anyone find the presence of resistance? Can anyone find the presence of resistance? Can anyone let me know? Can anyone find the presence of resistance? So let's just let me write here. Can you find the presence of resistance? Presence of resistance from A to B. So can anyone find the presence of resistance from A to B? The stock where has shown it's a strong fall, right? Do you find the presence of resistance? Yes, yes, we can see there are some answers which are telling we can find the presence of resistance. We can see the presence of resistance at this point. We can see the presence of resistance at this point. So here we have a resistance here, here. So these are the points of resistance we are seeing consistently in the Poonawala stocks, right? Poonawala FinCorp stock, we have been able to identify the presence of resistance. So, so these are the presence of resistance we have. Just make sure, right? So yes, so we have an answer yes for it. We can find the presence of resistance, right? So the answer is yes. So here we can find the presence of resistance. Can you find the presence of main funds from A to B? Can you find the presence of main funds from A to B. Can anyone find the presence of main fund from A to B? Can you find the indicators which were shown in the main fund from point A to B? Just look at here. So the answer is no, we cannot find the presence of main funds, right? From A to B, just have a look. You cannot find the presence of main funds from A to B. So we have to understand is that the retailers who is making the positions or the main funds, right? So down below, just have a look. It has started consolidating. There has been a strong fall from point A to B, and we can see there has been uh, there has been an increase in after that, and there's been consolidation going on around the level of 341, and it has been trading around that level. So just have a look. There has been a strong consolidation going on. And can you find the presence of main funds from B to C? Can you find the presence of main fund from B to C? Can you find the presence of main funds from B to C? So you can clearly see we have found the presence of main funds here at this level, right? At this level, just have a look. At this level, we are able to find the presence of main fund, and at this level, we are able to find the presence of main fund because it is showing continuous increase in it, right? We can find the fifth candle here. It's continuously positive for last 5 days, and we have been able to see the third candle is appearing, three candle is appearing. So we can find the presence of main fund. Just have a look on the main funds which we can see for you, right? So what we have discussed about that, we have discussed about the main funds in the market. Just have a look. We have discussed about the main fund. What we can go through, we have to look about the big bullish line. We have to look about the continuous big positive we have seen in Punawala, the continuous rise we have seen in Punawala. So what are the reasons for the rise in the Punawala stock? We have seen a presence of continuous big positive lines and a continuous rise in the Punawala, right? So just we will have the analysis of that. So you can see the presence of continuous rise and continuous making big bullish line in stocks Punawala. So here we can see the presence of main fund. Just we will analyze what are the reasons and what are the factors that affecting the main funds, right? So just we will remove this and make you understand it more clearly, right? So we have point A to B where we have seen there is a presence of resistance at this point, just mark it up to make you more clear on that, right? We can see the presence of resistance at this point, right? At this point we have seen the presence of resistance at this and this point and at this point. So these are the points where we have seen the presence of resistance, and these are the points we are seeing a presence of operators, right? Presence of the operators because it is making a continuous rise in that. So just have a analysis, right? We will just make you more clear how it is going to be now, right? How to understand the presence of main fall. So first of all, we want to understand there has been a strong fall here, right? So just make it short. So a strong fall has appeared. So a strong fall is appearing from this level. Just have a look. Strong fall is there shown, right? So we can see the strong fall here, right? So just have a look. We are seeing a strong fall at this level. At from A to B, we can see the strong fall. So what are the reasons for the strong fall? Can you find the reasons? So we have to see if there is a strong fall, is there any presence of resistance or not, right? So for to finding the point of resistance, we'll just have to make if there any presence of resistance or not, right? So we have to look if there is any resistance or no resistance. No resistance or there is a resistance in it. So just have a look. We are having a strong fall. You can see the presence of resistance at this point. At this is second resistance we are seeing in the fall. The stock is trying to increase, but it has been resisting at many points, right? And when it has suddenly stopped falling, we have seen a bullish candle appearing here, and it has shown a continuous daily rise. So there is a strong fall in the stock from point A to B, and we have seen the resistance here. So we will just increase it, and no resistance presence is not there. There is a presence of resistance. So we'll just add this up and make you a more broader explanation for this point of resistance. So just have a look. We have the resistance, right? So let's have a look. If the resistance is present, we have to see the it is a resistance of the main force, or the main force is resisting, or the in retailers are resisting. Retailers, it is the main force are resisting or the retailers are resisting, right? So we have to look for it. Main funds or operators, main funds or operators. So main funds or operators are resisting, or just have a look, retailers. So we have seen the resistance which is coming, which it is coming from the operators mainly, because there has been sudden fall in that, and retailers may have ended making second entry. So there is no point of resistance from the retailers because there is a continuous fall. So we will call it invalid for retailers. This is an invalid point for retailers. So resistance is coming from the main force, right? The resistance which is coming, it is coming from the main force. So it becomes invalid for the retailer as of now. So we just have to look the if there is a resistance coming up from the main funds, it is the old main funds or the new main funds which is making an entry. So main funds or operators are, we have seen the presence of main funds or operator. I will just zoom it to make you more clear. Main funds or operator are entering into the market. So it is a old main fund or the new main funds who are present in the market, right? So is it a old main funds or the new main funds? Just have a clear understanding of that. So old operators, old operators or the new operators, new operators. So just have a look in it. Can you analyze what are the presence of operators here? Just have a look. There was a continuous fall from A to B. So this may have been old operators who were already in the stock and trying to push the market towards the high, but it failed completely, right? And just have a look. It was trying to make positions that they were 344 and just pumped its stock to 401, and then it wasn't able to success. So this is the presence of old operators, right? So these are the presence of old operators. We'll just mention this up. Okay, so this is the presence of old operator, OLD. So this is the presence of old operator, right? So what it is doing, it is trying to make a arrow bounce back here. Just have a look. It is trying to make an increase here, and there was a second increase which it came at this position. So here we have second increase. So here we have new operators. So here we can see the presence of old operators. Why old operators is not present at the new level? Can anyone guess about that? Why there is not a presence of old operators at this position? Because when they saw the stock falling again, they may have run away. And when there was a strong fall at this position, just have a look, there was a strong fall and there was a large green candle, a red candle appearing from 358 to 280. There was a fall of 70 points. So the operators, the old operators may have ran away and new operators have started to make a position on it. So new operators have started to make a position. Now have a look, right? So what does the old force do? So Raptor is asking what is the difference between the old operators, like old and new operators. Whatever happens now, like there are many operators in the stock. Okay, so we see the old operators are taking position from the previously. They have been increasing this stock continuously, and when the stock started falling, they tried to maintain its. They tried to push back the stock again. Just look at here. Operators are making position at this level, right? And they have tried to maintain an increase at this level again, push back the stock. This is the presence of old operators. But when the stock started falling, they again pushed back the old operators. It shows the presence of old operators. But now we can see when the stock was consolidating, old operators may have exited the market and ran away, and the new operators, when there was a fall at the level of 280, 290, the new operator took the place and have come to the market. I hope you have got the clear point, Raptor, right, regarding the new and the old operators. If you look at the new operators, what they can do, they can either make new positions, or they can either make new positions and self help. And what the new operators will do, they will make a new position, right? So just add this up. What new operators will do, make new position in the market, make a new position. So we have a make a new position in the market. And what the old operator does, it helps, it either ran away or self-help. So we have a two option for it. For the operators, there are possibility of two options. The first option is they ran away. Just have a look, they may have ran away, or the secondly, they may have self-help them, right? They may have self-help. So there are these are the two options left for all operators. They either have ran away, or they have to help themselves to sustain in the market and wait for the result. And what is the or new operators can do? They have made a new position at this level because old operators were not able to survive and push the stock. So just I will give you a quick review about what's happening in this stock. We can see a fall from point A to B, and there was a presence of resistance, right? There is a presence of resistance from point A to B at many points of time. So resistance is not created by the retailers. We can see the main resistance which has come, it has come from the main funds or operator. The old operator, we can see the presence of operator which is trying to push back the stock because they have made positions around this level. And the new operators have made entry at this point. And what about the old operators? They may have ran away, or they are having a self help. They just have to wait for the new operators to make a good high. So in this stock, from point B to C, the presence of main funds are there, the presence of operators, we can clearly see the presence of main operators, right? Presence of old and new operators in this stock. So this is the conclusion we have as of now. We are seeing the presence of new and old operators in this stock. We can be very clear about that. And for other stocks, for other examples, we will come back tomorrow and make you understand and go more thoroughly. Just you can have this screenshot for yourself for your better understanding. We have discussed about the presence of main funds, and we have come to know about this stock. There was a presence of operators in this stock. For other stocks to know, just stay tuned for the next session. We will be going with some more examples and make you understand about the operators, right? How they are operating in the stocks, and if there is any presence of operators or not. We will have discussion on that too. So stay tuned for the next live session. We will be coming up with more insights and more the operator driven strategies and how to identify them and how we can find the multi-bagger stocks in the market. So stay tuned for next live session. Happy investing.